If you search up parity on Google, it'll come up with this definition. But in cubing terms, it means any case you can't get on a 3x3. And in this video, I will show you how to solve the two types of parity on 4x4. Before I show you how to solve the parities, I will go over some notation you might not have seen before. If you see a 2 in front of the letter in the algorithm, it means the second layer in. For example, 2R, 2R prime, 2L, and 2L prime. Next will be if you see a W after the letter in an algorithm. If you see this, it means a wide move where you turn 2 layers. For example, UW, UW prime, RW, RW prime, LW, and LW prime. PLL parity is where 3 of the 4 edges are facing the correct way upwards, and 1 of the edges is facing off to the side. For this parity, you want to do this algorithm. If you don't like this algorithm, you can change it up a bit by doing 2R and 2L moves instead of wide R and wide L moves. The second type of parity for 4x4 is PLL parity. There are actually 2 different types of PLL parity, but in both parities, you just need to swap 2 edges. One type of PLL parity is when you need to swap 2 adjacent edges. The other type of PLL parity is when you have to swap 2 edges on opposite sides. I use the same algorithm for both of the PLL parity cases, and if you use it on one, it'll completely solve the cube, and if you use it on the other, it'll get rid of the parity, but it'll give you a PLL case instead. If you didn't understand that last part, don't worry about it, because you'll see what I mean in a minute. The first case we will solve is the case with 2 adjacent edges. To do the algorithm, you are going to want one of the edges off to the left side, and one of the edges facing yourself, and then do this algorithm. As you can see, this gave me a PLL case, but as soon as I solve this PLL case, the parity is gone. For the PLL parity with the edges opposite of each other, you're going to want one facing towards you and one facing away from you, and do the same algorithm. Thank you so much for watching, and if my tutorial didn't make sense, I encourage you to watch Jperms tutorials because he does a really great job explaining and goes really in depth.